Hello children, in this video we will cover the rest of the topic left in the chapter diversity and discrimination. As it has been told earlier that economic difference is not diversity, is not a part of diversity, it is actually inequality. By giving, as I have given you the example of the story which was there in chapter 1 civics of Sameer Ek and Sameer Do, by telling you that in actual what happens, one goes to school and one did not get opportunity to go to school. Children, what I wanted to make you clear is equal opportunity nahi milna is inequality, it is not diversity, right? Inequality or diversity में फर्क है, that you need to understand. Children, this we have understood that discrimination होता क्या है, diversity क्या होता है, but what did you ever think or did you ever thought of the feeling when the person any person discriminated against anything? What happens? The people who are engaged in different kind of work like teaching, carpentry, pottery, weaving, fishing, farming, that are none other than they do it to earn the livelihood. Still, certain kind of work are valued more than other. This belief is an important aspect of caste system, as I have told you earlier. And what happened in the caste system, that the person or the boy if the father is carpenter, he will be carpenter only, either he will be having the skill of doing anything, but he will do that thing only. So here valuing a particular set of work, or those who place themselves at the top of this ladder called themselves upper caste and say themselves as superior, the group who were placed at the bottom of the ladder were seen as unworthy and were untouchables, right? As I've told you about untouchables also, they were not allowed to fetch water from the wells, they were not allowed to enter into the temple, and even they were not allowed to walk in the street where upper caste people live. But what happened, children? Discrimination is not only limited to preventing Dalits from undertaking certain economic activity, but it also denies them the respect and dignity given to others. They feel discriminated, not only discriminated, but also their self respect and dignity also affected here. Why? Because they are not only facing on a particular or on a particular platform, they are facing this problem everywhere, and that's why it is just a part of their self respect and dignity. Children, I think you have heard the name Bhima Rao Ambedkar, who is known as the father of Constitution. Here in this chapter, he has written, his story has been given, where when he was 9 years old and he was going to meet his father with his brother and cousin in Koregaon, that is in Maharashtra now. And on the way, the kind of discrimination and the kind of problem he faced with the so-called caste system, that he has written here. I'll not go in depth, and I'll just in short I'll tell you the story what happened. He was just waiting for the vehicle, and in between the station master came and he asked, as all the children, means his brother and cousin and he himself was well dressed. That's why the station master thought that he must be belong to the Brahmin family. But as usual, he asked, right? He asked that who are you? Then he, without any taking time, or bluntly he speaks that he is from Mahar community. As Mahar, for the community which belonged to the, it was the untouchable community, it belonged to the untouchable community, right? Mahar was a community, right? So very bluntly he spoke, and after that the kind of feeling and the kind of behavior the station master gave was even when you will read the story, you will get to know that which kind of behavior he did. He just went away, and after even none of the vehicle also, even Bhim Rao Ambedkar is saying here in the story that they were in a condition of giving double amount for the bullock cart, but then also uh, the people or the vehicle a person was not allowing them, or even they were not getting any vehicle there. Then after few hours, when the station master came, and they themselves told that even we are giving a double amount for the bullock cart, but then also we are not getting. Even after knowing all that things, the station master start negotiating also, but he did not do anything. Children, just think of what happened to that kids, right? And the kind of discrimination they feel, right? It is not only snatching the right, it is just like sometime people rebel, right? Why? They rebel just because of discrimination and inequality also, because it is not like inequality always tend to striving, it could be violent also, right, some of the time. So this was the story that, which was given in your book. Children, this small incident, shows a simple task of going from one place to another was not available to that children, even though they could, they were in a condition to pay the double amount of that particular for that particular thing. As all the cartmen at a station refused to take the children, they acted in a discriminatory manner. It is clearly, the story shows a caste based discrimination, right, which is limited to preventing Dalits from undertaking certain economic activity, but also it is affecting it also denies them the respect and dignity given to the others. As it is, I have told you that it could not only lead to striving, but also it could be violent if they start reacting, right? So children, in the topic striving for equality, I could tell you the struggle of freedom from the British rule also included within its struggle for the large group of people who not only fought against British but also fought to be treated more equally, right? Dalits, women, tribal and peasant fought against the inequality they experienced in their life. When India became a nation in 1947, our leaders too were considered about the different kind of inequality that existed, right? Writer of the Constitution of India has written the story, that is the Bhima Rao Ambedkar story, as I've given you uh, the brief of the story, what happened to him. That by listening that story, you could be able to recognize the kind of feeling the people feel at that time. So these leaders set out a vision and goal in the constitution to ensure that all the people of India were considered equal. This equality of all person is seen as a key value that unites us all as Indian. The constitution placed responsibility on the government to take specific tasks to realize the right to equality for poor and other such marginal community, right? Children, and in order to protect this diversity and to show respect to India's diverse social group, the constitution has given all Indians the following rights, which I am telling you. All Indians are equal before the law, right? No one can be denied justice or ill treated in the name of caste. This was one such. I am just giving you three or four examples that shows, or that will give you the view that shows the constitution show respect to the India's diverse social group. Second, every Indian is free to live or travel anywhere within the country or take up any job in any part of the country, either it is public or private. No Indian can be exploited or forced to work. Even this came in the child labor. No person can be made anyone work without pay, or even no child aged below 14 can be work in any factories or mines or anything, or any of the dangerous places. Fourth, every Indian has the right to follow the religion. That is why India is called a secular country. Secularism means every Indian has the right to follow the religion of his or her own choice. That's why it is called a secular country. Every religion is equal before law, right? Next, a person can go to a court of law if he or she is denies any of these rights. So these were the major or steps taken to protect this diversity of the country and the rights of all the community people, either they belong to any caste, any religion, any community. So I hope you have understand, children. Thank you.